Hello, guys. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Where we stopped in the last discussion? Any idea?
Function,
We
JavaScript
finished
function.
array function, sir.
Mm. We are discussing about Asif. Everyone,
Very completed.
arrays are completed, na?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Guys, anyone completed the assignment? Anyone, guys? Anyone completed the assignment? Please open the Visual Studio Code. Anyone done that assignment, guys? Shabir Hussein. Fine. File. Open folder. File. Open folder. What is our folder? JS6M folder, na? Our folder is JS6M folder. Please open the JS6M folder. Fine. Now see this one here. Can I go for the topic by topic? Variables are over na? Functions are over na?
Yes.
Arrays are over na?
Yes,
Arrays
sir.
are over na? JSON is over na?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Now can I go for the promises topic?
Yes.
Can I go for the promises topic? Let me go for the promises topic. After completing the promises, then we need to go for the DOM manipulations. Let me go for the chapter by chapter. Fine. Why promises? Anyone knows that one, guys? Why promises? Already told so many times.
To communicate with your producer and consumer.
Yeah, I think why promises? Anyone, guys? What is your answer? Someone saying
To follow the routines, sir.
to follow the
Routines.
sequence. To follow the
Sequence.
sequence of work. Yes or not? To follow the sequence of work. In order to follow the sequence of works, then we need to go for the promises. Simple example, guys. First of all, we need to wake up at 6 o'clock. Then later we need to complete our brush. Later, breakfast. Later we need to go to office. So these things are the sequence of work or not? Yes or not? These things are the sequence of work or not? Second work depending on first work. To do the brush, first of all we need to wake up or not?
Yes.
First of all we need to wake up. To take the breakfast, first of all we need to complete the brush or not?
Yes.
Yes. To go to office, we need to complete our bath or not? Yes. These kind of work, technically we can call promises. Remember that point. Fine. Guys, can I create a HTML file?
Yes.
HTML file or JS file, anything here. We can take anything here, not an issue. Promises dot, and here itself, we need to take the promises dot JS file. Let me take the promises dot JS file. Fine. Now see this one here. Fine. First point. The first point are the promises are special JavaScript objects. Promises are special JavaScript objects. Fine. Next one. One more point. Not only that one, guys, and one more statement is there. To understand only, I told that example. Fine. And one more example. The proper communication between producer and a consumer. The proper communication between producer and a consumer also we can call the promises. Fine. I will tell you one simple point. Guys, so tomorrow I will explain DOM manipulations. I'm giving one example to you guys. Tomorrow I will explain DOM manipulations to you. So tomorrow what happened, guys? You people will ask Karnata.
Yes,
Sir, you told yesterday to tell DOM manipulations. You will ask that question or not? Yes,
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
Who done the promise? Myself. Who is consuming the promise? Yourself. Yes or not? Who done
Yes.
the promise? Myself, I done the promise. Who is consuming the promise? Yourself, you are consuming the promise. Yes or not? But tomorrow you have the clarity or not? Tomorrow
Yes.
you people have the clarity. Whether I may tell promises, I may not tell the promises. But tomorrow you will get the clarity or not? Yes. So that is the proper communication between me and you or not? That
Yes.
is also called as the promises. Guys, okay, or can I tell one more point? Are you
Yes,
okay
sir.
with it, guys? What is the
Yes,
another
sir.
point I told here? Today I'm giving one promise to you. Which promise? Tomorrow I will discuss with you DOMO manipulations. That is my promise, Kazal. What is my promise? Tomorrow I will
Tomorrow,
discuss with you DOM manipulations. Fine. Kazal, tomorrow what happened?
the manipulation
I may discuss the promises. I may not discuss the
promises.
but tomorrow you will get the clarity or not.
Yes.
Tomorrow you will get the clarity. So that kind of concept also technically we can call promises. Mahesh will say this one here. One more pointer. Proper, proper communication between proper communication between
producer
between
and
producer, producer, and producer and consumer. Producer and
called
consumer also called as promises. Proper communication between producer and consumer. Who is the producer? Myself, I am the producer. Who is the consumer? Yourself, you are the consumer. Okay, na? Fine.
Yes.
Next one. Let me go for another example, guys. We need to go for another example. One more example is the, and here itself we need to go for another example. Producer will generate the promises. Sandeep, who will generate the promises? Producers. Next one. Consumer will consume the promises. Consumer will consume the promises. Producer will generate the promises. Consumer will consume the promises. Fine. We will create producer will create promises by using promise class. By using which class? By using promise class. Producer will create promises by using which class? Promise class. Fine. Consumer consumes in two ways. Consumer consumes in two ways. Fine. First one is the then function. Second one is the async and await keyword. First one is the then function. The second approach is the async and await. Fine. Sandeep, read all the points once again. What is the first statement, Sandeep? Promises are
JavaScript objects.
special JavaScript objects. Nagababu, promises are special JavaScript objects. Next one, Mahesh. Proper communication between Mahesh, try to talk with me. Proper communication between producer and consumer. Proper communication between producer and consumer, also called as
Promises.
Next one. Producer
Will
will
generate the
generate the promises.
The keyword.
Consumer will consume the
promises.
consumer will consume the promises. Next one. Producer will create the promises by using which class? Producer will create the promises by using promise class. Next one. Consumer consumes in how many ways? Two ways. What is the first way? What is the second way?
Async and await.
Async and await. The first way is the then function. The second one is the async and the second one is the async and await. The first one is the then function. The second one is the async and await. Okay, now fine. Guys, can you go for the example by example?
Yes.
Guys,
Yes,
can
sir.
you go for the example by example? How to create the promise? Guys, let promise fun equal to let a promise fun equal to which class, Madhav? Which class?
Promise class, sir.
New promise. Let promise fun equal to new promise. Guys, what is the argument we need to supply? Argument is the callback function.
Callback.
What is the argument we need to supply? Argument is the callback function. Sandeep, tell me how to create one promise. Let promise fun equal to let a promise fun equal to what you wanted to specify new promise. Let promise fun equal to here itself we should be in position we need to supply the new promise. What is the argument we need to supply? The argument is the callback function. For the callback function, how many parameters we need to supply? Resolve comma
Reject.
resolve comma reject. So if a promise executed successfully, resolve. If a promise not executed successfully, what we have? Reject.
Reject.
Fine, guys. Tomorrow I need to provide clarity to you now. I need to take I need to take the justification to you or not. Like if I want to give positive justification in the tomorrow, resolve. If I want to give negative justification in the tomorrow, reject. Two predefined functions are there, guys. Fine, guys. Will you explain once again, Ken, how to do the promise care? Let promise fun equal to new promise, guys. What is the argument we need to supply? Argument is the callback function, guys. For the callback function, what you wanted to supply? What you wanted to supply? Resolve, comma, reject. Here itself, we need to specify resolve, comma, reject. Simply, we need to supply resolve, comma, reject. Nagababu, what is my promise? Nagababu, what is my promise? Resolve of tomorrow. I'm giving the promise to you.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow I will discuss. Tomorrow I will discuss DOM manipulations. Tomorrow I will discuss with you DOM manipulations. So guys, this is my promise or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Answer here, this is my promise. I generated one promise or not?
Yes.
Yes, myself, I generated one promise. Guys, who wanted to consume that promise?
Myself.
Smita,
We are.
who wanted to, Srisha, who wanted to consume that promise? Consumer. Who is the consumer?
Consumer.
Yourself.
We are. Yes.
My responsibility over Ravanta. My responsibility over. I generated one promise, Purnima. I generated one promise. My responsibility is over. Purnima, what is your responsibility? You need to consume that promise. Yes or
Consume the
not?
promise. Yes, sir.
You need to consume that promise. How many ways we have?
Two ways.
Two ways. Can I go for the old approach?
Yes.
Promise
Yes.
one dot. What is the old
Then.
approach?
Then.
Then if a promise one executing successfully, which response? Positive response.
Positive response.
If a promise one executed successfully, positive response. Guys, okay na?
Yes,
Guys,
yes, sir.
if a
Yes, sir.
promise one not executed successfully, here itself we are getting one more
Error
response. Which
response.
response we are getting? Error response. Guys, if a promise one executed successfully, we are getting one response. Which response we are getting? Positive response. If a promise one not executed successfully, we are getting one more response. Which response we are getting? Error response. Kazal series pan ke? Kazal,
Yes, sir.
promise one is ready now.
Yes.
Who developed the promise one? Producer.
Yes, sir. Producer.
Producer. Who wanted to consume?
Consumer.
Who wanted to consume? Consumer needed to consume or not? Yes,
Yes.
sir. How consumer can consume the promise?
Promise
Series one
one
can.
dot. Then.
Promise one dot, then
Then.
function.
Then function.
Promise one dot, which function? Then function.
Then function.
If a promise one executed successfully, which response?
Positive
Positive
response.
response. If a promise one not executed successfully, which response? The
Error.
response is the error response. If a promise one executed successfully, automatically positive response. If a promise one not executed successfully, automatically error response. Guys, can I print the positive response?
Yes. Console dot log.
Guys, can I print the positive response?
Positive
Console.log of positive response. Can I print the error response?
Console dot
Can I
log.
print the error response? Console.log of which response? Error response. Error response. Guys, can I execute this code?
Yes.
Yes. How can I execute that code? Node
This dot JS.
promises.js. Yes. Praveen, what is the answer we are getting?
Tomorrow.
Praveen, tomorrow I will
Response.
discuss with you promises. Praveen, are you there now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Praveen, this one what do you call?
Tomorrow I will discuss
No,
DOM.
creating the promise. Creating the promise. This one what do you call? Consuming the promise. Nagbabu, this one we can call creating the promise, and this one we can call consuming the promise. How to consume the promise?
Then function.
Then function. We will consume the promise by using then function. If a promise consumed successfully, which response?
Positive.
Positive response. If a promise not consumed successfully. Which response? Error response. Error response. So this is the way to create the promises. Fine. Guys, see this one here. Another example. We should be in a position. We need to go for the another example. Fine. Guys, can I create the one more promise?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can I create the another promise? Yes. Let promise to. Let or promise one. Let promise one equal to, say this one here. Let promise. Let promise. Madhav, what is the argument I need to supply?
Callback.
What is the argument I need to supply? The argument is the callback function, arrow function. For the arrow function, how many parameters we need to supply? Two parameters. Resolve comma
Reject.
resolve comma reject. Here itself, we need to supply two parameters. First parameter is the resolve parameter. Second parameter is the reject parameter. Sirisha, say this one here. Fine. Just to do the promise after 5 seconds. Do the promise after 5 seconds. After 5 seconds means which function?
Set timeout.
Set a timeout. Set a timeout. Set a timeout of here itself. The argument is the callback function. Callback function. When you want to do the promise after 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Listen, guys. Do the promise. I want to do the promise after 5 seconds. How can I do that one? Set timeout. Timeout arrow function.
Callback function.
Set a timeout arrow function here. When you want to do after 5 seconds, we need to do after 5 seconds here. Fine. Next one. Say this one here, and here itself observe this one here. Resolve of. Guys, resolve of. Try to say this one here. Resolve of. We will discuss DOM manipulations. We will discuss DOM manipulations in tomorrow's session. We will discuss DOM manipulations in which session? Tomorrow session. In order to discuss the DOM manipulations in tomorrow session, then we need to go for the resolve. Sirisha, see this one again. Sirisha, one more point. Promise one is okay now.
Yes, sir.
Purnima, okay, sir. Purnima, how to consume the promise one? Purnima, how to consume the promise one?
Promise one
Promise
dot.
one
Promise
dot
one dot.
then function.
Then function.
Promise one dot then function. Here itself. What is the argument we need to supply? If a promise one,
Callback.
if a promise one
Response.
executed successfully, which response? Positive
Positive
response.
response.
Guys, if a promise one not executed successfully,
Error
which response
response.
we are getting?
Error
We are
response.
getting
Error
one response here. The response we can call error response. If a promise one executed successfully, we are getting the positive response. If a promise one not executed successfully, then we are getting the error response. Fine. Can I print the positive response?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Can I print the positive response? Console.log of positive response.
Positive response.
Can I print the error response? Can I
Yes,
print
sir.
the error response? Console.log of which response?
Error
Response. Sandeep, when this promise will execute? Sandeep, when this
After
promise will
5.
execute? This promise will execute after 5 seconds now.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is it executed immediately?
No.
No. Yes, when this
Yes.
promise executed after
After
5
5
seconds. Fine. Guys, can I go for another example?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let me go for another example.
Consumer had two keywords, no, only then you should use.
Where only we are using only one at present. In the future, we'll list the two things. Fine. Guys, can I create more than one promise?
Yes.
Guys, is it possible to create more than one promise? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Respond here. We
Yes,
can
sir.
create more than one promise. Ourselves, we can create the more than one promise. Fine. Guys, say this one again. Let anyone, guys.
Let
One second. Okay.
promise.
1 second, guys. Let promise
Let
one equal
promise
to.
one equal to.
Let promise one equal to
New
new
promise.
promise. Let promise one equal to new promise. Guys, say this one again. Here itself. What is the argument we need to supply? Callback function. Callback function. Guys, for the callback function, how many parameters you need to supply?
Two
Resolve
parameters.
comma. Resolve comma.
Reject.
Reject. Guys, say this one again. Let promise one equal to. Let promise one equal to new promise of arrow function. Shravan. Arrow function. How many parameters we need to supply? Two parameters. What is the first parameter? Resolve parameter. What is the second parameter? Reject parameter. Guys, we need to execute this promise after 5 seconds. How? Set timeout, set a timeout, arrow function, next one is the, we need to specify the 5 seconds. Simply we need to specify the 5 seconds. Go and say this one here. Resolve of, say this one here. Here itself, we need to specify the hello one. Guys, when we will get a hello one, we
After
will
5
get
seconds.
hello one after 5 seconds. Fine. Guys, can I create the promise to?
Yes.
Guys, can I create the promise to? Yes.
Yes.
Guys, how to create the promise to?
Let
Promise
Promise to. Let promise to equal to.
new
Let
promise.
promise to equal to new
new
promise.
promise.
Let promise to equal to new promise. Guys, what is the argument we need to supply? Argument is the callback function.
Callback
For
function.
the callback function, how many parameters we need to supply? First
Two
parameter is the
parameters.
resolve parameter. Second
Reject.
parameter is the reject parameter. First parameter is the resolve parameter. Second parameter is the, what is the second parameter? Second parameter is the reject parameter. So the first parameter is the resolve parameter. The second parameter is the, what is the second parameter? Second parameter is the reject parameter. Fine. Give one promise, execute one promise after 10 seconds. Set a timeout of anyone. Set a timeout of
callback function.
callback function
Comma,
when
10
After 10
after 10
10
seconds.
seconds.
Guys, resolve of what you wanted to specify.
hello to.
Resolve of what you wanted to specify. Hello to. Fine. Yeah, Shravan, can I create the promise 3?
Yes.
Shravan, can I create the promise 3? Yes.
Yes, sir.
How to create the promise 3?
New
Let
promise equal to
promise 3. Let promise 3 equal to new
new
promise.
promise.
Let a promise 3 equal to new promise. What is the argument we need to supply? The argument is the callback function. For the callback function, how many parameters we need to
Parameter.
supply? We need
Two
to supply
parameters.
resolve comma, resolve
Reject.
comma, we should be in a position. We need to supply resolve comma reject. Do the promise after 15 seconds. Do one promise after 15 seconds. Set a timeout. Set a timeout. What is the argument we need to supply? Callback function. What you wanted to specify? 15 seconds. Guys, say this one can. Resolve of what you wanted to specify. Resolve of, we should be in position. We need to specify the hello 3. So guys, totally how many promises we created?
Three.
Three promises. Guys, when promise 1 will execute?
After 5
5
seconds.
seconds.
When promise 2 will execute?
After 10
After 10
seconds.
Guys,
seconds.
when promise 3 will execute?
After
After
15
15
seconds.
So promise 1 will execute after 5 seconds. Promise 2 will execute after 10 seconds. Promise 3 will execute after 15
15
seconds.
seconds.
So totally how many promises we created?
Three
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 promises.
promises. Promise 1, next one is the promise 2, next one promise 3. Sandeep, how to execute these promises?
Console dot
Promise
Sandeep,
one
how to
dot
execute these
then
promises?
function
Promise 1 dot
dot then
then function.
Then
Then function. What is the argument here?
positive
Positive response.
positive
Positive
response.
response. Positive response. Next one is the which response? Error
error
response.
Error
response.
response.
Positive response. Next one is the, and here itself we need to go for the error response. Can I print the positive response?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Can I print the
log
positive response? Console.log of positive response.
positive response.
Can I print the error response? Can I
Yes.
print the error response? Console.log of error response. Fine. Go and say this one. Can I consume the promise to?
Yes.
Answer. Can I
Yes, sir.
consume the promise to? Yes. We should be in a position we need to consume the promise to also. Try to consume the promise to. Can I consume the promise 3?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Guys, anyone? Can I consume the promise 3? Yes.
Yes.
We need to consume the promise 3 also. Guys, when promise 1, I say if respond. When promise 1 will execute?
After 5
After
seconds.
5
I say
seconds.
when a promise 1 will execute after 5 seconds. When promise 2 will execute?
After
After
10
10
seconds.
10 seconds. When promise 3 will execute?
After
15
15
seconds.
seconds.
After 50 seconds. Here itself, observe this one here. Here itself, promise 3 will execute after 50 seconds. When as if see this one here, when promise 1 will execute, as if when a promise 1 will execute, promise 1 will execute after 5 seconds. After 5 seconds. Sandeep, when promise 2 will execute?
After 10
After
seconds.
10 seconds. When promise 3 will execute? After
After 15
15
seconds.
seconds. Check the output also. Hello 1. Hello 2. hello 3. Guys, can I create more than one promise?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can create the more than one promise. Fine. I think just observe this one. Yes, guys, how many promises you created?
3 promise.
3 promises. Promise 1, next one,
Promise
promise 2,
promise
next one
3.
is the promise 3. Yes or not? But how many times we consumed the promises?
3 times.
Guys,
times.
how many times we consumed the promises? 3 times na?
Yes.
They open your mouth here, but same code na?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
repeat.
Promise 1 dot then, promise 2 dot then, promise 3 dot then. Same code we written 3 times na?
Yes, sir.
Promise 1 dot then, promise 2 dot then, promise 3 dot then.
Then.
The same code. Whatever the code we have, the same code we written 3 times na?
Yes.
Yes, but guys, don't to write 3 times. Never write 3 times here. Then this code we can call repeated code na?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This code we can call the repeated code na? Can I delete the repeated code? Yes.
Yes.
Don't write the consumption code 3 times. Shravan, actually we need to write the 3 times or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But don't to write 3 times. Never write consuming code 3 times. Never write it here.
Okay, sir.
All the promises how to consume at a time. To consume at a time, promise dot which function we have? All function. To consume all promises at a time. To consume all promises at a time, we have one function. Which function we have? All function. Okay, now which function we have? Here itself we have the Sandeep. Don't to consume independently. How to consume all promises at a time? Promise dot which function? All function. Sandeep, which promise you wanted to consume? Promise
Promise
1.
1,
Which
promise 2,
promise you wanted to consume? Promise 2. Which
promise
promise
3.
you wanted to consume? Promise 3. I wanted to consume promise 1. I wanted to consume promise 2. I wanted to consume which promise? Promise 3. So guys, how to consume all the promises at a time? Anyone? Promise
dot
dot
all.
promise
All.
dot which function? All function. Promise dot all function. Which promise you wanted to consume? Which promise you wanted to consume? Promise 1, promise 1, next one. Which promise you wanted to consume? Promise 2. Which promise you wanted to consume? Promise 3. Promise 1, next one is the promise 2, next one is the promise 3. Promise 1, next one is the promise 2, next one is the promise 3. Fun. How to get the output here? Dot which function? Then function. Here itself, which response we are getting? Which response we are
Positive
getting?
response.
Positive response. And here itself, which response we are getting? And here itself, which response we are getting? We are getting one more response. Which response we are getting? Error response. Can I print the error response?
Yes.
Can I print the error response? Console.log of error response. Can guys, promise 1 will execute. Promise 1 will execute. Result stored into positive response of 0th position. Guys, see this one. Promise 1 will execute. Result will store into anyone. Result will store into 0th position.
0th position.
Promise 1 will execute. Result will store into 0th position. Promise 2 will execute. Result will be stored into Madhav. Result will be stored into first position. First position. Promise 3 will execute. Result will store into result will store into second position. Result will store into second position. Fine. Can you explain once again? Promise 1 will execute. Result store into positive response of 0th position. Promise 2 will execute. Result will store into positive response of first position. Promise 3 will execute. Result will store into positive response of second position. Okay, now positive response of which position? Second position. Okay. Yes, so this is the point, guys. Okay, now guys, everyone. Yes, guys, see this one. But when we are able to see the whole result after 15 seconds, guys, we can't see the 5 seconds, 10 seconds. No, we can't see it. So hello 1 will store here. That's it. We can't see the result. Hello 2 will store here. That's it. Hello 3 will store here. Then time is over now.
Yes, sir.
5, 10, 15. Time is over now. So after the 15 seconds only, not 15 seconds, after the max time only. After the max time only, we're able to see the result. Okay, na Purnima, when we're able to see the result? After 15
After
seconds or not?
maximum.
After max time only, we're able to see the result again. So 5 seconds, 10 seconds won't work here. Fine. Sandeep say this fine. Can I print the positive response?
Yes, sir.
Console dot log of which response?
Positive
Console
response.
dot log of which response here? The response is the positive response. Console dot log of here itself. We should be in a position we need to print one response. Which response we need to print positive response. Okay, now
Yes.
everyone guys, can I execute the code?
Yes, sir.
Guys, are we able to see the hello one?
No.
Are we able to
No.
see the hello two?
No.
When we are able to see the all result?
After 15 seconds.
After
Exactly.
15 seconds.
Exactly. After 15 seconds only, we're able to see. Yes, guys, say this fun here. So after 15 seconds, hello one, hello two, hello three.
Hello, 3.
Guys, any use of 5 seconds in this case?
No.
Any
No.
use of 10 seconds in this case?
No.
But when the result will produce after
Maximum.
max time.
15 seconds.
But you need to wait for the up to the end. Okay, now guys, can you explain once again here how to consume all the promises at a time? How to
Promise
consume
dot all.
promise
Dot
dot
all
which
function.
function? All function.
All function.
Here itself, we need to go for promise dot all function. Guys, how many promises you want to execute?
Two promise.
Three
Promise.
Three
promises.
promises.
Promise one, promise one,
Promise 2.
next one, promise two, promise two,
Promise three.
next one, promise three. Promise one, next one is the promise two, next one is the promise three. Totally, how many promises we have?
Three
Three
promises.
Totally, how many promises we have? Three promises na. Promise one, next one is the promise two. Promise one, next one is the promise two, next one is the promise three. Nearly here itself we have the three promises. Guys, how to consume it here? Guys, how to consume it? Can you tell me how to consume it here?
Dot.
With the help
Dot
of which
then.
function?
That
With the
function.
help of which
Dot
function?
then.
With the help of one function. The function is the which function, then function. Here itself, which result we are getting? Here itself, which result we are getting?
Positive.
We are getting one result na. Which
Yes.
result we are getting here? The result is the positive response
Positive
na.
response.
Here itself, we are getting one result here. Which result we are getting? Positive response na. Positive response. Next one, guys. Here itself, we are getting another result here. Which result we are getting?
Error.
Which
Error
result we are
response.
getting? Here itself, we are getting one more result here. Which result we are getting? Error result here. Positive response we are getting. Next one is the error result also we are getting here. So we are getting the positive response. Next one is the which response we are getting? Error result also. Yes or not? Fine. Now see this one here. Here itself, guys. Here itself. So can I print the positive response?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
Console dot log of
Log of
which response we need to print?
Positive
Positive
response.
response. Guys, when will you see the result?
After 15 seconds.
Yeah, guys, anyone, when we will see the result here? After 15 seconds, na?
Yes.
Yes.
We're able to see the result. We're able to see the result after 15 seconds, na? Yes, guys, can I execute it? Yes. No, why, guys? No, wrong, na?
Console dot
Wrong
inside
position, na?
the response.
Ah. Hmm.
15 seconds. We need to wait up to the 15 seconds. Yes, guys. What is the output we are getting here?
Hello 1, hello 2, hello 3.
Hello 1, hello 2. Next one is the hello 3.
Hello 3.
Now we will get the answer here. The answer is the hello 1. Next one is the hello 2. Next one is the hello 3. So this is the result we are able to see now.
Yes. Sir.
Yes, this is the result we are able to see. Fine. Next one, guys. Print the error
Sir, how to
response
print
also.
the error?
We will
Error
see it
response?
now. No, we will see it here. Please wait here because so many examples are there. One by one, we need to see. Fine.
Okay.
Guys, observe this one here. Guys, totally how many promises you have?
3 promises.
Guys, totally how many promises we have? We have the 3 promises now.
Yes. Sir.
Here itself, we have the 3 promises. promise 1, next one, promise 2, next one, promise 3. Mahesh, who has less time? Which promise has less time?
Promise one, sir.
Pavan, which promise has less time? Promise 1
Promise
or
one.
Yes,
promise 1 has the less time. How to know programmatically? I want you to know that promise programmatically. How to know that promise programmatically? To know that lesser time promise programmatically, promise dot all
Alpha.
no promise dot raise function.
Hmm.
Which function we have? Raise function. To know which promise will execute first. Which promise will execute first? Promise 1 or not? Promise 1. So to know which promise will execute first, then we have one function. Which function we have? Raise function. Fine. Guys, how many promises we need to supply? Promise 1, promise 1,
Promise 2.
next one, promise 2, promise 2,
Promise 3.
promise 2, next one is the promise 3. Promise 1, next one is the promise 2, next one is the promise 3. Nearly 3 promises we need to supply. Dot, which function? Then
Then
function. Here itself, what you wanted to supply? Here itself, what you wanted to supply? Positive response, next one. Here itself, which response we need to supply? We need to supply error response. Positive response, next one is the error response. Next one, console dot log off. Console dot log off, positive response. Next one, console dot log off. Console dot log off, which response? Console dot log off, which response? Error response. Console dot log off, positive response. Console dot log off, which response? Error response. Fine. Guys, totally how many promises you supplied?
3
Three.
promises.
3 promises. Out of 3 promises, which promise will execute first?
first one.
Promise 1. Promise 1. It will tell who will execute first. Yes. Who executed first? Hello
Hello.
1.
Hello, one.
Hello 1. Application will terminate after 15 seconds. Yes, application never be terminated. Application will terminate after 15 seconds. Funny. Yes. Saurav, what is the use of raise function? Saurav, what is the
How
use of
to
raise function?
to know the first
To
promise?
know which promise will execute first.
Execute first. Yes.
How to execute all promises at a time? How to
Promise
execute
dot
all
all.
promises at a time?
All method.
All.
Promise dot all method.
Promise dot all. Yes.
Fine. Guys, say this one again. Fine. One more example, guys. Can you go for another example? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sandeep, how many promises we have?
3
Three
promises.
promises.
Promise 1,
promises.
promise 2, promise 3. Guys, so 3 promises are there. Fine. Guys, out of 3 promises, guys, see this one again. Second promise is the bad fellow. He is not the good fellow. He is the bad fellow. Result of error. Guys, totally how many promises we have?
3
Three
promises.
promises.
Promise 1, promise 2,
Promise 2,
promise 3.
promise 3.
Out of 3 promises, which promise is the bad?
Second.
Promise
Second
2.
Promise
one.
to.
Fine. Guys, I will tell you one simple example. Guys, coming to yourself is there. Saurav, you done
Yes.
100 good things. I think you done like so many charities, you done so many things, 100 good things you done. If you done only one bad thing, which one will be highlighted?
Bad thing.
Bad things.
All 100 things gone now.
Yeah.
So all 100 things gone. Only which one is highlighted here? Bad thing. Say this
Bad
one.
things.
Saurav, say this one. Kar. Coming to yourself, you done the 3 works, charity work and some donations or something. 3 works you done. Out of 3, one thing is failed. So which one will be highlighted? Failure one
Failed
will be
one.
highlighted.
Yes.
And success one and success 3 never be highlighted here, and failure will be highlighted here. Is a general
Okay.
psychology or not? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Check the proof. Check the proof here. Fine. Promise dot all.
All.
How many promises? 3 promises.
3 promises.
Promise 1,
Promises 1.
promise 2,
Promise 2.
promise 2,
Promise 3.
promise 3. Promise 1, next one is the promise 2, next one is the promise 3. Dot
Then.
which function?
Then function.
Then function. Here itself, which response?
All the function.
Here itself, which response?
Positive
Positive response.
response.
Positive response. and here itself which one here, and here itself which one here. Next one
Error
is the
response.
error response. Positive response here. Next one is the, and here itself we have another thing here. The another thing is the error response here. The first one is the positive response. The second one is the error response. Can I print the error response here? Can I
Yes.
print the
Yes.
error response here?
Console.log
Console.log of
error
error
response.
response. Console.log of error response. Can I print the positive response? Yes.
Yes.
Print the positive response. Console.log of which
Console.log of
response? Positive
positive
response.
response.
But all function will highlight what? All function will highlight what?
Error.
It will highlight only bad thing or not?
Only
Bad
Yes.
bad.
things. Yes.
All function never highlight positive things. All function will highlight only bad thing. And when application will terminate after max time. Don't forget the time here. When application will terminate,
After
Maximum
open
time.
your mouth here. When application will terminate after 15
After
seconds.
the maximum time.
After
Yes.
15 seconds. Voice out of 3 promises, which you promise will
Bad.
show now? Bad promise.
Bad promise. Promise to.
Yes, guys, a promise 2 is highlighted now.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Error.
Yes. Whatever the promise 1 and promise 3, no.
No.
Remember that one. Guys, but is it good now? If any problem raised, is it good to show only bad fellow?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, here.
No.
You need to consider the good fellows now.
Yes, sir.
No. Okay.
Is my point right or not? Don't show bad fellows, guys. I think already we done the two good things now. But why you are highlighting only bad thing here? No. I want you to know good promises and bad promises also. Both the things I need to show. Madhav,
Okay.
all
Okay.
function showing what?
Only
Madhav,
All the
all function
promises.
showing what? Only all function showing what? Only bad promise.
Only bad promise. Yes.
All function never showing good promises. All function
Okay.
never showing the good promises. But how to know? I want you to know all the promises. Good promise I want you to know. Bad promises also I want you to know.
Okay.
Yes, sir. To know all the promises, don't go for all function, guys. Promise
Yes.
dot. What is the problem of all function?
only error will
Function only
Only
for the
error.
bad.
But you
bad
need
error.
the you know the good also na. So
Yes. Yes.
all settled.
All settled.
All settled. One more function is there. The function is the all settled function. Guys, here itself. What you wanted to supply? Promise 1 comma, promise 2 comma,
Promise 2 comma.
promise 2
Promise
comma,
3.
promise 3. Promise 1 comma, next one is the promise 2 comma, next one is the what? Next one is the promise 3. Fine. Dot. Dot to which function? Then function. Here itself, what you wanted to supply, and here itself, what you wanted to supply? Positive response. Here itself, what you wanted to supply. Here itself, what you wanted to supply, and here itself,
Error
you need
Under
to
the
supply the
function.
error response also. So, can I print the error response also?
Yes.
Console.log of
log of error.
console.log of error response. Can I print the positive response also? Console.log of which response? Positive response. Yes. Yes. Go say this one. Promise 1. Success na.
Yes, sir.
Fulfilled.
Promise
Yes.
2. Error na.
Yes.
Yes.
Promise
Rejected.
3. Success na.
Yes.
Success. So guys, how to get the consolidated result with the help of which
All
function?
settled.
All
All
set
settled
field.
function. Guys, totally how many functions we discussed? Totally how many functions we discussed, guys? 4 functions na.
Yes,
4
sir.
functions.
What is the first function? All
Then-
function. All function. What is the
All
second
function.
function? Raise function. Anyone
Okay.
remembered? What is the
Yes, sir.
second function?
Raise
Raise
function.
function. What
Raise
is the
function.
third function?
Raise
Then-
function.
What is the third function? All settled
All
function.
settled.
Which function? All settled function. Can you explain once again totally how many functions we see now? 3 functions na?
3.
Yes, sir.
What is the first function? Promise
All
dot
function.
all function.
Promise all.
All function. What is the second function?
Raise
Raise
function.
Raise
Raise
function.
function.
Raise function. What is the third function?
All
All
settled.
settled.
function, all settled function. One more function we see in here, that function we can call all settled function again. Okay, now fine. Guys, can you please go through the code up to now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please go through the code up to here. Once if you prepare after in the tomorrow session here, I need to go for another example. Tomorrow session I need to go for the few more functions are there, guys. That functions we need to see. Then I will enter into async keyword and await keyword. Later I need to go through the some jQuery integration. Through the jQuery I will tell you how to make the asynchronous calls also. Okay, now fine. Guys, can I commit the code?
Yes.
Yes.
How to commit the code? Git add data. How to commit it? Git commit -m promises na
Yes, sir.
promises. How to push it?
Push.
How to push it? Git push. Yes, automatically we're able to push the code. Fine. Guys, please practice up to now. Can anyone practice the arrays and JSON, guys?
Yes, sir. Arrays will be
Guys,
practiced.
anyone got the chance to practice
Yes,
the arrays and
sir.
JSON? Practice it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Arrays will be practiced. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Ravanta, Madhav, Abdul Asif. Yes. Yeah, please go through up to now. In the tomorrow session, we will continue the remaining things, guys. Bye.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.